room at the minute. He's got the mute jammers in position just to try and again. What he's trying to do there is prevent access to those drones. Don't allow G2 to actually lock down his location, use the Z pings, force them to face check him and take the gunfight. Take the gunfight they will, as Alamo finds himself down and bleeding out. Potentially going to be picked up by a teammate here as he crawls his way down library stairs, but absolutely not as Kanto gets in and takes full advantage. Des finds the headshot onto Neskin and leaves Alamo bleeding out. Just moves forward, puts the kill on the board, and that is very quickly gone in G2's favour. But Levy, he's able to stop the bleeding.
Kanto has absolutely punished Team One on the roam. A player in Kanto that everyone has been asking questions of these last few months. Is he able to get back to the form we previously saw him in? His entry stats were absolutely woeful in Stage 1. It was not a good time for him, but to step in and get the opening 2 kills onto Alamo of all players as well, someone that we celebrate so much, 102 kills, the top fragger around the world, and Neskin, who had an absolute field day in game number 1, is unbelievable. However, Levy, he's putting a levy on G2 and saying for the price of our 2, it's 2 to you as well.
Citizen, however, he gets in and buddies up with Kanto. Could they be the dynamic duo of the day as he finds himself a kill, shutting down the very active Levy, and we find ourselves 2 versus 3 coming into the final minute here. G2 have the advantage on attack. They need to start making the numbers pay for them now. KDS looks to challenge on to those blue stairs, but it will only be the Gemini of Virtue for the time being. Out goes the nade, the explosives just trying to force Team One deeper and deeper into sight. Lagonis, as ever, finds himself left on site. Could this be a big nitro? He's waiting for the hole to open out. It goes. Yes, he gets the kill onto Kayak. Levels things up, 2 versus 2. 35 seconds left to go. This is anybody's Des.
It could be. They're coming down in Twitch. Citizen with 1 into KDS. It's a 1v1 to kick things off, and it's Virtue to come up. I'm amazed he was alive there for as long as he was. He did waste quite a bit of time, but has now been removed away. And for G2, you start thinking about the site now. 45 seconds to play. KDS still threatening his way up solo, but it's the second kill coming out as oNe brings down Alamau. The third falls down as well with a wonderful shot coming out of Kanto. He is lit up so far today. A 5 versus 2 for G2 with 30 seconds still to play.
G2 looking electric right now as Kanto moves slowly down those trophy stairs. He's just holding down any sort of rotate, so there can be no flank to try and clear out this top floor pressure now. Out comes the nitro once again, but dodged this time with some fancy footwork as Virtue and Citizen, the dynamic duo, get in there. Flawless round for Team One, deeper and deeper into sight. They can take their time. They need to be careful coming in through the game window. It is one of the popular locations in LATAM to have those frost maps, but they've been cleared out diligently by G2. It allows Kayak to do his job, go in and get the diffuser down, but Lagonis, he will be on hand to stop that attempt. That puts the diffuser down cold on the ground. Still man advantage to G2, but Team One, there's an opportunity here for them, Des.
There is a play spoiler once if Lagonis can pull it off all the way. You see the head! It's bright white in front of you as he's got the background of snow and you still miss him. Now it's Virtue going for the plant. Neskin by himself upstairs. That is going to cost them big time, and G2 are a team that are going to make you pay. 3 rounds on the back. More the aim to be to shut down the intel from the side of G2, prevent them from executing this very utility heavy. I don't want to call it an execute because it's more of an execute off-site to make things happen. There we go. 1 shutdown comes in, but it's traded back instantly by Citizen.
He's not going to have his duo shut down quite that easily, Des, at least not without making them pay. And that is the Jaeger of KDS, who has gone by the wayside. 4 versus 4 as we come to the halfway point. Neskin, he manages to get himself a nice kill onto oNe, and is this Team One waking up in front of us? They need to get themselves around on the board here. They need at least that garage door area vertically. Could be a huge play now. Citizen looking to move down blue corridor. He needs to find himself a couple of kills here and really power G2 back into this one. He sees a peek onto Lagonis for the first one. Can't get the Kaid. Looks to move in. Gets a great kill onto Levy. Kayak, he gets one onto Alamo. Citizen in on the party. It's all of a sudden a quick swing. And G2, they have the advantage. 2 versus 1. Kayak finishes off Lagonis. Team One, you've got to be able to close those rounds out when you've got the advantage. G2, they don't need an excuse. They don't need permission to come in and take these rounds. And they've just ripped that one right from under the feet of Team One.
If you get it right, you get a kill trade back. If you you don't, he walks away scot-free.
What is Citizen doing here? He's being allowed to move around again. I think there's just a little bit of awareness up on the mezzanine there that he's potentially moving from underneath. Lagonis has got himself locked in underneath the bar, but uNe, he could open the round up here with an important kill onto Levy, just clearing out the library. Now Lagonis tries to make the challenge. He can't lose that one, but Citizen somehow finds the kill. Neskin, however, with a double, and that leaves us with 9 seconds, 2 versus 2. uNe down, 1 versus 2 for Kanto effectively here. Time is running down. He can't even find the first. It's KDS with a double, and that's Team 1 getting their first round on the ball. Control gained here. This is not going to be an easy one for G2.
They want to go for a plant here inside of dining by the looks of it. Forget about kitchen. They've got the vertical control above, and they've also got the horizontal coming in from lobby. Citizen narrowly missing his man. Neskin down to about half HP, but not dead. Alamau strikes first onto Kayak. It's gone again. Alamau steps up. 2 kills coming across onto G2. This should be that second round they're looking for, because in a 5 versus 3, there's only about 12 seconds left to play.
Diffuser is down as well. There's an awful lot of work for G2 to do. Kanto manages to get 1 kill, 5 seconds left to go. They are left trying to find kills. Lagonis, KDS, it's an easy mop up for them, and that is going to be Team 1 taking their second round. And all of a sudden, Des, it looks like we've got a game on in front of us. Rather than being a complete stomp, a complete run over from G2, we find ourselves with a 4-2 half, and you know what? That's nothing too unusual, is it? Still quite a heavy top floor presence for the time being. Look at that, uNe trying to open us up with a peek to begin with. Is he going to get his man? He certainly does! What a view! G2 doing whatever they want. uNe, he finds himself a second on the round. Headshot onto Levy this time. Virtue will be downed finally on the library stairs, but with 45 seconds left to go, there's an awful lot of work for Neskin and Lagonis to do here.
He's wasted so much time as well. They're drawing out both of the frags, drawing 2 gunners' attention. 2 of them have gone down, mind you. This might be something coming back in for the side of Team 1. 3 were injured, 1 gets completed. This is basically a 2 versus 2. Now Neskin's down. Everyone's hitting the desk. It's like some weird dance move, Tim. Lagonis by himself here on the Thermite has got it all to do, and something tells him in 15 seconds that's just not going to happen.
In a smart move from G2, Virtue was collected, so effectively we find ourselves now 1 versus 3. It's all down to Lagonis on the Thermite. He gets shut down as he moves into sight. Neskin finished off as he was downed by the Nitro from uNe earlier in the round, and that's going to be a successful defense for G2, Des, and things are looking dicey for Team 1 right now. And got 4 back to sight to turtle up for that last 30 seconds. No matter where Team 1 push from, they are going to be pushing into a line of sight here. There is only one option, and that is to go in, take gunfights and win them, and right now that is not going to be an easy thing to do against G2. They're struggling with the utility clearance here. Neskin, he will take down that Electroclaw, but more time is wasted. 14 seconds left to go, and it is all down to Team 1 to rush on in, and that's exactly what they'll do. But Kayak, he finds one onto Neskin. He finds himself a second, a third. It's easy for Kayak as we find ourselves 2 versus 2. Levy, no option but to try and get that diffuser down. He'll be found. There is no 2 ways about it. He can't come off there. Citizen, he finishes things off with a double at the end, and it was just too little too late for Team into that second half of the round. uNe trying to feed as much information. He gets the spot there. He knows that there's a man pushing underneath in the garage. Alamau has opened up that floor with the book, but he's had so little impact on the game this time around. It's G2 certainly seeming to have put a focus on closing him down and keeping him out of the action. KDS will find a kill onto uNe, but then Kayak, he manages to find one onto Neskin on the tight angle with the shotgun there, leveling things off, and that is again, Des, something that G2 have done so well here today. That is trading out those losses. Wherever there is a kill comes in for Team 1, it always feels like there's one not far behind for G2.
Kanto going to go hyper aggressive here, sees the man outside, can't quite connect the shots. Could have maybe finished him off, but not quite to be the case. KDS going to stay alive. Alamau onto Citizen. 2 crucial kills going down, but that clock waits for no one. Alamau a second, he's putting it into 5th gear here, Ace. He really wants to get this round for Team 1.
He needs to at this point. They need somebody to grab a hold of this game and to drag them back into it. KDS, he gets involved. Kanto brings himself back to a 1 versus 3. Diffuser going down. Lagonis will be able to, but doesn't have the time as Alamau, led prone, finds that final kill onto Kanto, and that is another round on the board now for Team. The top of those West Main stairs, that's what put him into the line of sight for that quick re-challenge from Citizen to come in and get the trade. so a little bit unfortunate for him. I understand the reasoning, but KDS, he manages to find Citizen on those library stairs. Team One, they're looking strong again here inside of this round, but 3 versus 3 as Kayak finds one, Kanto doubles down, and all of a sudden we find ourselves with a flurry of kills. Team One come out on top again, though Alamo and KDS, they're the ones left, but Kanto, he's just going to play this hard angle, shut down by Alamo, who finds the head of the Mozzie and closes out another round for Team.
G2 playing the same really heavy roam game, a cheeky run out from uNe, picks up a kill onto Neskin, second time that he's, well, caught them unsuspecting at the start of a round is the way I describe it. Down goes the Lion, goes down a second, it's all fell apart, but Alamo goes, don't worry Des, I'm still alive, there's 2 kills for me. It's a 3 versus 2, can he pull it all the way back?
Lagonis joins him, they have Diffuser in hand, they have time on their side, but uNe is just proving to be an absolute nuisance with that heartbeat scanner, Des. He's played the last couple of rounds from the basement, he's not been picked up, he's not been challenged by Team One. For me, that is a prediction they could have made. You know what, uNe's going to be downstairs, let's send KDS and Alamo in there quickly, clear him out, and the information is done, and they find themselves an advantage, whereas now they are 2 versus 3, and one of those 3 is basically feeding information on their positions or their lack of a position in certain areas of the map, giving G2 defenders all the information that they need. There's 1 minute left to go. I like to see that Team One, they're taking this steady, they're trying to get the information, they want to know what they are heading into. Lagonis, he gets himself into position to be able to put that diffuser down if the opportunity presents itself, which right now it seems to. We've got uNe downstairs, surely he's aware that this is happening, Des, surely. Alamo on the cover, he gets Citizen, Des, it's 2 versus 2, diffuser is activated.
How on earth have they managed to get away with this one? They had a pulse, for God's sake. You would have known he was coming in for this, but Alamo's done it all! It's an ace all the way through. We said it, the 2 kills. Can he bring it back? That's 3 rounds on the bounce. The best fragger in the world has dragged them back over the finish line.
And ready to go.
I imagine for a good number of you just tuning in as the game on the other stream was finished, where Liquid just beat FaZe. Welcome! We're in Sheer Manders here, where G2 were at 6-2 and it's now 6-5. Alamo starts it off with the opening kill.
6 kills in a row, Des!
Oh my God, what is this, man? A double kill.
Another! Surely not! He can't go back-to-back aces, Des. Surely not.
He's on the floor. It's shattered into 1,000 pieces as to how this keeps on happening. They've got the pings coming out. KDS from one side. You've got 2 or 3 players pushing 1 man here, and they are being punished for this roam game. He's stuck on the other side of Pillar. They find this kill. Suddenly you're a believer. Believer you will be. KDS onto Kanto. It's a 5 versus 2. It's the exact reverse ace. I think we're going to overtime.
I think we are at this point. 5 versus 2. I've been telling you for days, Des, that Team One were a side with surprises and upsets in store, and that is what they are delivering. Picking up a win against Cloud9 in their first matchup. They are now on the verge of taking G2 to overtime. 3-2, however, as G2 dig deep and fight back. It's all down to Virtue and uNe. 2 versus 3, but they have got an age of time to waste here, Des. Team One, they can afford to just settle back. They can just take the time. They need to take the foot off the gas here. They don't want to get roped in to these gunfights that they are losing. That would play right into the hands of G2. It's time to just take stock, step back, get the drones out there, and just start the second phase of this round.
They've still got an EE1D to play with as well. If there's any kind of drone info, like there probably is now, they can pinch the man. Lagoon is hanging off around the corner. No one moves. Sees his backpack, but it's not quite enough to put him in the dirt. Oh, he peeks onto it. Virtue's gone down. A 1 versus 3 as it steps up now for uNe. Can he hold on? The namesake for G2. He's been here for the longest time. He finds 1. There's still 2 left, buddy, and there's 45 seconds to play. Something tells me this is going to come down to frags. It's got to happen now, Ace.
Screaming in my ears is that uNe 1 versus 5 that he got. And then now Alamo finishes off Virtue. It's all down to uNe 1 versus 2. All I can think is that ace Des that he got in EUL. We know that uNe is capable of it. He's got the information. The heartbeat scanner is ringing. He gets the shots, and that brings us down effectively to a 1 versus 1. Alamo is down. It is Lagonis versus uNe. He goes to pick his man up. Lagonis takes the choice. 8 seconds left to go. This is going to be close. The diffuser, it's going down. He needed the cover. Alamo from beyond the grave. Can he get them to overtime, Des? No, uNe finds 1. It's 1 versus 1. Diffuser's activated. The shots come in. Exchanged. Lagonis now has every advantage. He goes to make the challenge as he gets it! Team One, they're taking us to overtime!
Put a massive spanner in G2's plans.
17th kill on the game for Alamau. He is heading for a solid 20 against G2 here if this continues. 4 versus 4. We've got a lot of damage down on the Malusi of Neskin though, but Des, look at that counter. Look at that time. 20 seconds left to go and G2 not established inside of sight yet. Still sending a Gemini drone in. There's 3 smokes in the pocket of Alamau. He's going to play out on this trophy window. Out come the flashbangs. Kayak gets a kill onto Levy. 5 seconds left to go. G2 need to make a move. They look to push in and it's all down to Alamau once again. 2 versus 2. Time runs out and Team One, they put the Trendes. They get the defense. Are they going to lock this down and get the win? We move forward into the playoffs with Team One still in position, which right now it's looking like we might. You know, I'm sure that's something we're going to see. Kantor's down, Des. Kantor's out as Levy finds himself a kill, and there goes Citizen. It's happening, Des. Alamau finds his kill. 5 versus 3. Levy is down, but Neskin, he finds Uno, and it is all going wrong for G2. It's looking like they might lose this one inside of the first 2 rounds of overtime, but no. Virtue and Kayak, they fight the good fight, Des, and they come back. 1 versus 2 now effectively for Virtue as Levy is down and bleeding out, but will be collected. 1 versus 3 then. Neskin, he gets a view onto the Malusi, and right now it's down to Alamau to finish off. I think that might just have been the 20th kill for him on the game as well, and Team One, they take this in overtime, Des, and what a dream start to 6 Invitational 2021 with 2 wins and 0 losses for Team One.